You okay? I thought maybe you might want to talk. Thinking you might want to talk isn't profiling. It's Psych 101. Please? You're right here. For what? I've been thinking, the vast majority of unsubs with this type of MO aren't driven by the killing. They're merely fascinated by the body parts. Psychologically, they exist in a realm where fantasy meets delusion. It's basically the perfect blueprint for a creation of a serial killer. I'm rambling, aren't I? I was able to differentiate between two distinct voices, two authors. I found various idiosyncratic words, phrases, punctuation, and orthography within the blog entries consistent with each separate person. Words like soda and pop. One guy uses dashes while the other uses ellipses. One side of the discourse made reference to the Devil's Strip. It's a small patch of grass that separates the sidewalk from the street. Now, that term is only used in central Ohio. William lived in Atlanta for 20 years, but he grew up in Columbus. The other guy uses words like turnpike and filling the gas tank, both specific regionalisms for Florida. If this unsub is using tornadoes as a forensic countermeasure, then Kansas certainly is the ideal setting. Tornadoes do pose a significant threat. During this year's super outbreak back in April, there were 336 confirmed tornadoes in just several days, resulting in over 300 lives lost. I profiled the author. Cortland Ryan was on death row with several high-ranking members of the Aryan Brotherhood. Either that or you read a lot of 16th century literature. The Aryans like to use a cipher based on a 400-year-old code written by Sir Francis Bacon. Yeah, Bacon used a 21-letter alphabet. This one's 24. Each letter is assigned a bit string of 5 binary digits. This combination yields 32 possible encodings. Normally, you'd use a computer to run all these combinations, but it was quicker just to do it longhand until I found the right one. I am banned from casinos in Las Vegas, Laughlin, and Pahrump because of my card counting ability. It's not entirely accurate. There actually is a mathematical equation for knowing when to raise and when to fold. If P represents the size of the pot at the time of play, then P times N minus 1, with N representing the estimated number of players in the final round of betting. Actually, there aren't that many scientific errors in Star Trek, especially considering how long ago it was made. There are certain improbabilities, but not that many outright errors. popular theory among leading astrophysicists estimate that the hypermatter reactor would need about 10 to the 32nd joules of energy to destroy a planet the size of Earth. Now, Lucas said it took 19 years to build the first Death Star, right? But if you look at the new essential chronology, there's a testbed prototype for a super laser that spans... Where are you going? Actually, bulls are colorblind, so it doesn't really matter what color Cape a Matador waves. It's the Cape's movement that elicits an aggressive charge response. But Morgan's metaphor still applies here. Actually, as Byron interpreted them, Don Juan was an ironic reversal of sex roles. And when... And that's about it. What's up? I'll keep you company. This place is great. They have their own espresso machine. Burned my hand on that espresso machine. Ah.
Ew.
I'm all right. Thank you, though, for asking. It's impossible. A sexual sadist can't feel love. Chemically, it involves surging brain elements called monoamines, dopamines, norepinephrine, and serotonin. Love chemicals controlled by phenolphthaleamine, also found in peas, too. It's also found in peas. And it just so happens that I have an extra ticket.